From Relay, this is Connected, episode 606. Today's show is brought to you by our sponsors, Sentry and Squarespace. I'm your defending keynote chairman, Federico Vitici, and I'm joined, as always, by the annual chairman himself from Memphis, Tennessee, in the right corner, Mr. Stephen Hackett.
Oh, I feel strong, powerful.
Yes, you are strong and you are powerful, Stephen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Yes, the kids keep picking on me. And yeah, so we're here. You are here to defend your title. We're also joined, though, by somebody who is not currently a chairman. He's just a regular guy.
And will not be.
Just a regular dude.
He's a regular dude.
Regular dude.
Mike Hurley.
I'm just like the listener, you know? I'm just like, I'm here, I'm listening, and I'm regular.
Yeah, you're a regular.
I'm a regular guy.
Did I tell you guys that I've become a regular at a restaurant?
Oh, that's
can you go in and get the usual?
Yes, and it's
Federico.
a dream. Now the waiters, like the staff, they see me, they're like, "Oh, it's you!" Like the
when
usual.
you walk in,
I've
is there
always
like an
dreamed...
applause or a laugh track or something?
No, but it's
a
like
sitcom?
they shake my hands, and it's like, and I've always dreamed of being like a regular at any place.
Yeah,
and especially I've always dreamed of being the kind of person that sits down and the guy's like, "The usual," and I'm like, "Yes."
Here's my thing with that. I have this like real conflict where I want to be the regular, but then as soon as somebody recognizes me as the regular, I'm unhappy about it.
No, that's the energy, man. Being recognized as the regular.
So let me tell you, this is a regular. So we have a pizza place near us which we really like, and we're going there more when we moved in. We would kind of go every week, but we don't go as much anymore. And they had a special pizza once that we really liked, and they stopped offering it, but we would keep asking them to make it.
Yeah.
And they would do it. And then once we went, and they're like, we've put it on the menu.
Yeah.
It's on the permanent menu.
That's
pretty cool, right?
That's when you know
cool.
you have the real power, when they make something for you.
Yeah, I guess that's the only time I think I could consider myself of being recognized as a regular at a place, is this pizza place.
Yeah.
You go in and be like, oh, like they come over. She's like, I know what you guys want, so I guess that wasn't too bad.
I too have become a regular. There's a Mexican place around the corner from where we moved last year. And
I've experienced this actually.
I don't think you've been to this one. Did you go to the one by my new house?
I don't know, but I've experienced you at
a Mexican restaurant. Yes.
You're a regular of many of these restaurants then.
Mexican's really easy for me to eat with my food allergy stuff because I just be like, no cheese. It's an easy thing to do. The one that you have been to, I now live very far away from. And there's a place literally around the corner. And Mary and I were in there the other night. And it was like one of the waiters who recognized me is like, yeah, I got you. It's cool.
It's the Apple guy.
Well, the one we used to go to, I've seen it. You would start giving your order and they were like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. So I'm getting there with the new place.
Wow.
Yeah. Mike, I have a question for you. Okay. Are you familiar with this British online social media personality known as Big John?
Don't think so.
Goes by Bosch on social media.
Okay.
Have you ever seen this guy? So it's this guy, Big John. Bosch is like his tagline or motto, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah.
And he orders Chinese takeout food.
Yeah.
And he makes the most complicated orders. And he memorizes everything. And essentially people love his videos online because like he has a style, he's very confident. And he knows the takeout, the menus like by memory, like complicated orders, and he knows how to improvise on the spot, even in different languages. And a few days ago, he was inducted in the Guinness World Records thing for having memorized the most Chinese menu items in 30 seconds.
Man, they'll just give a Guinness record for anything, won't they?
Yeah. Yeah, and it basically ends all these videos by saying Bosch, which I have no idea what it means.
It's just like, there you go. That's the way I would describe it. Bosch translates to, there you go. Yeah. There you go. Like that.
I love it. So we have a non-food related follow-up.
We do.
which is incredible follow-up. I'll introduce this one, Stephen, if you'll allow me.
Please.
From connected listener Darren, made something truly extraordinary. I'm guessing inspired, maybe, to an extent, by my recent work on command line interfaces.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we said this.
I think I asked for it on an episode.
You
There he
probably
goes.
did.
Steven mentioned it as a joke for something like this to exist.
We now have ConCTL, the connected CLI. It's a command line companion app, I'm reading from the GitHub repo, for the connected podcast built for fans, hosts, AI agents, and mostly because Steven mentioned it as a joke once. ConCTL has a beautiful splash screen with the 6 colors, and obviously was inspired by Steven saying connected exit, I believe last week when we were talking about my remCTL command line. And what's beautiful about this, like, this is not a joke. I actually installed it via Codex on my Mac. And this connected CLI gives you output for all kinds of connected data and trivia, both in a readable fashion for humans and as JSON output for agents. What's beautiful about this is that you have multiple commands to choose from, including, for example, being able to search for episode titles, being able to search for show notes, being able to search for follow-up, for topics, for closing segments, and it allows you, especially if you're using this with an agent, to ask the agent to retrieve some very specific connected data. So I'll give you some examples. I set it up with Codex on my Mac and it installed it. And then I asked, okay, now that you have it, can you see who's been keynote chairman the most? And since this CLI, written in Go, by the way, which is really nice, has the kind of data, it can run through the entire connected database and has a history of all the episodes and all the segments that were special, like Ricky's episode. The CLI, after 36 seconds, reported Federico as being keynote chairman the most. The leaderboard via the historical keynote games is the following: Federico 11, Steven 6, and Mike 6. Then I asked, how about winners of the flexes? The Flexes winners overall are Steven with 10, Federico and Mike tied with 7, and TBD, obviously, the 2026 annual Rickies. Then I asked for, and this is a throwback, I asked, what's timer coalescing? And Codex, I don't know what it did. Let me see. I think it also searched the web because it couldn't find timer coalescing in the show notes, but eventually got to a conclusion saying timer coalescing was an old Twitter handle. It shows up in the old relay/the prompt show notes as a linked listener source account, and ConCTL sometimes mangles it as tambor coalescing. Yeah, that's a...
Yep.
That's, I believe some of the transcripts are being done with Whisper, so that's to be expected, that kind of typo.
Okay. Now I see.
But overall, this is a truly incredible piece of work for the connected fan base. You can even, Steven, you can ask ConCTL Rickies Bill, and it gives you the full current Bill of Rickies.
That's impossible. No AI can keep up.
There's version history for the Bill of Rickies. So you can do ConCTL Rickies Bill -- version annual 2017, and it gives you a previous edition of the Bill of Rickies. It's or you can say ConCTL Rickies titles Steven, and it prints the current title for Steven. So thank you, Darren. This is truly outstanding work.
And Mike, you were struggling with some words on a previous episode. Do you want to address this?
Well, it's not to be addressed. It's not like there's a controversy.
I need a screenshot of Apple Notes for you apologizing for the wrong word.
So Steven was talking about his new static blog engine, 11T, that he uses because he's so cool. And I said it reminded me of, I thought that people were talking about accessibility. And Ed wrote in to said, I was probably thinking of A11Y. And it's like, yes, I know. Like, I didn't feel like it needed to be explained, but sure, that is it's like a phrase that people use because they will often misspell the word accessibility because there's a lot of letters in accessibility and how many of each of them. But yes, so A11Y is the numeronym I don't know what that word means. And also Notion puts a red underline under it, so that could just be fake. So yeah, that's the phrase. Yes, if people really needed me to talk about this, and there you go, you have it.
And Mike, congratulations are in order to you. You and Jason launched your Kickstarter on Monday, and it's going very well.
Yes, and people may say, wait, a Kickstarter? Oh, I did talk about this, right? On the last episode?
Yeah.
We teased it a little bit? Yes. So Design in California is a podcast that Jason and I will now be producing for Relay. It is going to be coming later in the year. It is a podcast focused on Apple history. We put up the Kickstarter campaign on Monday. It funded on Monday. And is going incredibly well. So if you want to check it out, check out the reward tiers that we have, and kind of pre-purchase a membership for this podcast, go to designed.fm. And if you want a taste of it, episodes are rolling out as of today in the upgrade feed over the next 4 weeks of Design in California. We're kind of doing some preview episodes. So every Thursday this month, we're putting out an episode of The Road to the Apple II, which is the first kind of story that we're tackling. So people can go and check that out too, and then they can go back the Kickstarter campaign at designed.fm. Thank you if you have.
Yeah, it's super exciting to see it do so well. Y'all funded right as you started recording Upgrade on Monday.
Yeah,
which
2
is
hours.
Really special.
Which was pretty unbelievable. And it's just, it's the we're in this moment now, I think, where it's like we're the good problem to have of it's been so successful, it's blown past a lot of the plans that we had for stretch goals and stuff. We kind of did it all very quickly, and so we're just trying to work out what are the right things that we can add into the campaign for people. And we've got some fun stuff that we're planning that we're going to be talking about over the next few weeks. I wanted to ask the two of you. WWDC is next week. The keynote is on Monday. How are you feeling? What's the vibe?
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be different. I think I'm keen to see what Apple can do when and if they get their act together with AI, because I feel like, I mean, obviously, and rightfully so, we made fun of the whole situation for the past 2 years. But the truth still stands that a platform like iOS, and I mean, in general, the entire Apple ecosystem, with an integrated AI that actually works well, could really eat into our usage of stuff like ChatGPT or Claude. And it could be so much better than all the chatbots that we've been using without integration with the apps that we use every day. And what I've especially missed over the past couple of years, and the reason why I'm excited, is that I've been using all of these AI services without the apps I love the most, right? All the indie apps for iOS and macOS from the developers I care about, because they couldn't integrate with those AI services. And now, in theory, they will be able to. And that makes me really excited, because I feel like that entire part of my job has been put on hold for the past couple of years. Meanwhile, the tech space went into this new direction and Apple was behind. And here's their chance to catch up and bring their developers along for the ride. And that makes me really, really excited.
Are you excited about the possibility, or are you excited because you think it's actually going to happen?
Isn't that the same question?
Not really, because the possibility of it is amazing, but you know how things go. Where we're so excited about the possibility of something, but then they don't deliver the way that we want them to.
No, I think it's going to happen, especially with all this PR drama and money on the line. You don't put out a joint statement with Google months before if you don't think you have it. And I think I think they know they have it this time.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Because, you're saying about with all the apps and services you use, I have to, these agents and services, they want your context, your personal context.
Right.
And the way they get that from me is me slowly giving it to them over time. Well, my iPhone has everything on it already.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
look, I don't think I'm gonna stop using Codex or Claude Code, nor do I think Apple will put out a competing agent type of system for work yet this year. But if I have a pretty good LLM that's just one swipe away from the status bar
mm,
at my disposal for the simple questions that integrates with the apps that I use, I don't have to use a coding agent all the time for AI to be useful, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what Apple's also trying to do here. So yeah.
Stephen, what's your vibe?
I mean, I'm not as psyched about the AI stuff as Federico, but I think it's very interesting to watch them retread ground in 24, but hopefully in a very different way. Like, I'm much more excited about the sort of high level, like, how does Apple talk about this? What do they deliver? How do they deliver it? Sort of thing than the actual details of it.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it's really going to be interesting to see what they do in their platforms that's not Apple Intelligence related, because there may not be much. It may be a pretty quiet year outside of this. And, there have been times in the past where there's like one really big feature and then that's kind of the bulk of things.
Yeah.
And this, it seems like to me, is going to be one of those times where it's like there's a big pile of Apple Intelligence stuff. Maybe there are a few things around the edges. We're going to get to some of those in our picks, I think. But I think it's going to be a very lopsided year in terms of Apple Intelligence. So how do they talk about that? How do they demo it? Right? Like when people like the two of you are like in demos and like seeing things, like what is different now than 2 years ago? I think that's really important, and maybe even like more important than individual features or individual details is where is Apple with this stuff and how are they talking about it?
You mentioned like when something comes along and dominates it and it takes up most of their time, and it threw me back to the year where they unveiled Swift.
Yeah.
And I remember it being one of the most boring keynotes. Like we were,
Sure.
Me and you were watching it in Twitter's office, right?
We were.
And we're just like, everyone's just sitting there looking around at each other. It's like, oh my God, when is this going to end? They're doing code in the keynote. Please stop. For me, that one was a rough one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this one, or Apple Music, the Apple Music year.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, that was like tacked on to the end of a very long keynote already.
And it was like an hour or
strange.
something.
So that was
one.
That was
Probably
weird.
the worst one.
That was weird.
I expect a similar thing, but more interesting. But like, yes, it will be all Apple Intelligence plus a few other things, and I'm wondering how many other things make it into the keynote compared to how many other things there might be on the product pages afterwards. Like, is there stuff that they're just not going to put in the keynote but could be really interesting? I think it's going to be fun to start digging into that after the keynote next week.
This episode of Connected is brought to you by Sentry. Most AI tools help you code. Seer by Sentry is built for when it breaks. Seer is Sentry AI's debugging agent. Because it's built right into Sentry, it has full context, your errors, traces, logs, replays, and code all in one place. When something goes wrong, it finds the root cause and opens a PR before you even see the alert. It also reviews your PRs against real production failures so bugs don't ship in the first place. Other AI tools are guessing. Seer knows why your app is broken. It's important to have this insight into apps you've built. Things get complicated, things take time. Maybe you're having issue with code you wrote a year ago or 2 years ago. Well, Seer can help you remember what's going on. It knows what's happening and it has all of information at its disposal. So join millions of developers at companies like Anthropic and Disney Plus and Relay who use Sentry to move faster. Try it for free at Sentry.io, Sentry, Sentry.io. They have a free dev plan, and listeners of this show can use Connected26 to get $100 in Sentry credits when you're a new user. That's offer code Connected26 at Sentry.io for $100 in credit. My thanks to Sentry for the support of the show and all of Relay. The Rickies is a game connected hosts play before Apple keynotes and the beginning of a new year, trying to predict future events. It's made up of 3 rounds. Each host makes 2 regular picks followed by a risky pick. There are 2 types of Rickies. Today we are playing the Keynote Rickies. The Keynote Rickies winner is named the Keynote Chairman. This position is held until the next keynote. That's currently Federico. Hosts should be introduced at the top of each episode according to their current titles, which we do. In the event that a host holds both positions, they shall be introduced as the Ricky Benchman. So if I win, I become the Benchman because I'm the annual Keynote Chairman currently. After the Rickies, there's a host that we play called the Flexies. These 2 games are separate but related. Please stand for the reading of the rules. Each host gets to make 2 regular picks. Hosts can be granted a bonus regular pick for any previously incorrect pick that has now come true from the last 3 corresponding games. A previously incorrect pick may be used only once. We're going to come back to this. I have a suggestion. Correct regular picks are awarded 1 point. The language used for regular picks must be finalized and agreed upon during recording, and no partial points may be awarded. Risky picks have a more complex scoring system. Each host must make a pick with 3 supporting details. If you get all 3 details correct, you earn 2 points. If you get 2 details correct, you earn 1 point. 1 detail correct will earn you 0 points. And if you get all 3 details wrong, you lose a point. And points are only awarded based on the details, not the overall pick. Pick must have been proved as risky by the 2 other hosts before the start of the game. Picks made for Keynote Rickies cannot be reused by the host who made them for the next keynote. For Keynote Rickies, the scoring window starts when the live stream begins and closes when the picks are scored. Any information used in scoring must be publicly verifiable at the time of recording. All hosts are allowed to reuse picks previously made by others. Scoring is completed during recording and cannot be modified once an episode is complete. In the event of a tie, dice by pcalc must be used in relay mode to pick a winner. In the case of a 3-way tie, hosts all make their calls at the same time, with flipping continuing until a winner is named. Jason Snell previously had a lifetime ban on flipping any coins in relation to the Rickies. However, he graduated Coin Flip University during the 2024 Podcastathon for St. Jude, and he can now flip a coin under direct supervision. The order of picks is set by previous performance. The winner of the previous associated game goes first, the previous loser goes last. Winners will be recognized during the closing ceremonies. Past results can be seen at rickies.co and rickies.net. These sites also have pages about managing your own scorekeeping at home. You may be seated. Okay, I have an amendment I would like to make.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
I would like to get rid of the bonus picks.
Why?
Because, 1, I don't think anyone really understands how they work. But 2, I don't think... So the goal was, we had this talk. It was like the blue sky talk. Or
Blue shell
talk. Like, the idea that you could like slingshot around in a game and come ahead. And that the bonus picks were an attempt at that. But we also don't have them often enough for that to really be the case. So I think it's too complicated and it's not effective enough. And so I would vote to strike the bonus picks and come up with something else in the future.
I think I mostly agree, because I think that the system is complicated for working out how you pick something, like how you qualify for something. But I still stand by, I like the idea of there being some kind of like earnable advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah, I don't. That's sort of the problem with my suggestions. I don't have like a drop-in replacement, but historically, also rule changes have applied to the next game, and so we do have some time. I think between now and September to come up with something and insert it into the bill, and then we play that way for the iPhone keynote.
Yeah. So we'll take suggestions. If people have suggestions, they should write in and let us know. Like, what are the ways in which somebody could earn points or picks?
Okay.
right?
So what I'm hearing, Steven, is that you are intentionally giving up on the bonus pick that you're gonna get in this game.
I wasn't getting a bonus pick, was I?
I don't think he is.
That's the
Well,
problem. No one knows.
Yeah,
they're
it's too
saying
complicated.
Jason is saying that you are in the Discord.
What does Jason
Yeah.
say?
But I took a look at Jason's link and I can't work out what he's supposed to get a point about. There is a new entry-level Mac laptop powered by an A-series chip.
And see, that's confusing because that's a risky pick, and like that's right, but I didn't score all the sub points correctly, so I don't
See.
know.
that doesn't. I don't know.
The
That's
system
too-
is complicated, and I think
Yes.
maybe now that we have our sort of 3 condition-based risky pick, it's become more manageable to
Yeah.
score this game. So maybe we don't need the effect of the bonus
That's a
pick
good
anymore.
point because the bonus point was because we kept tying
Yep.
all the time, and we don't tie. I mean, we did last time. We don't tie as much, especially not
Yeah.
three-way ties.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll put it to a vote, but I move that we strike the bonus regular pick
Yeah.
and leave the door
Yeah.
open to other changes in the future.
Yes, and I would like to leave the connected feedback form open to suggestions of those changes, in case anybody has a recommendation for a way in which a bonus pick could be.
Great.
I mean, I also had a thought, just where Stephen read no partial picks, no partial points. I would love it if it was for a partial point. Let's change that rule. That like the bonus round gets you half a point. Why not? It's it's just for fun.
Okay. Well,
We can tip this whole thing on its head. The whole reason we have the rules is because of partial points. Let's just get rid of that, make the bonus round for half a point, and then we change all the rules.
that's no, because we want to get rid of the bonus pick. So
No, but there'll be a different way to get a bonus, is what I want. Like an easier, more understandable way of getting an additional pick that can get you half a point. That would be fun,
okay.
I think.
Okay.
That's my pitch, but I don't know what the way is
Got
to
it.
get you that.
Okay, so let's see what the people say. Leave us feedback. For now, I'm striking this from the bill. I've updated the document. And we will move forward.
Okay. All right. That being said, it's time for round 1, and I'm going first. My round 1 pick is Apple unveils a new Siri experience.
Ding.
Pretty basic.
Wait.
Non-graded. I expect a chatbot UI. I expect to be able to have some kind of access to previous chats. I expect part of it to be powered by Google technology. I don't think Apple will show you Google Gemini is actually responding to you right now, but who knows? I do think there's going to be some kind of Google logo or Google attribution somewhere. Just like they used to do with the weather channel, for example, in the weather app.
It will be in the settings for sure.
It'll be
right?
somewhere, right?
Mm.
It'll be somewhere. But yes, I expect there to be a brand new Siri, new UI, a proper chatbot. You can have your previous chats and go back to them, the whole thing.
I have a question for you. Not about the pick, but it comes to mind in your pick. I think Apple will continue to use the name Siri. Do you think that's a mistake?
Well, what's better, to teach people a whole new name or to really push the marketing for the next 6 months and saying new Siri, new Siri, new Siri, and people be like, oh, new Siri, what's that? Like, I don't know. I think they're gonna keep the name Siri.
I think Jason said this wants an upgrade of like in having this conversation of Siri is good now. Right? It's like that's pretty decent. Like if you can get people saying that, that is maybe more impactful than Berry. We got a new one. It's called Berry, and you just use that instead. It has name recognition, right? Whether people like it or not, it has name recognition. So yeah, I don't know. I see the question because it's like if you really want people to trust it, starting all over again, like truly starting over again, is maybe easier than trying the uphill battle of no, you trust us, it's actually good. When trust us, it's actually good has been said so many times in the past, of like it's better because of this, it's better because of this.
Yeah, and I don't have a sense of like what do the masses that use the iPhone think about Siri? Like, do they think it's bad, or are they fine with it because maybe they don't have the
I
experience?
think so.
You think
I
they
think
think
I've
it's
seen
bad?
enough jokes in comedy TV shows about it, like in Curb or whatever, that like people. I think that is because it attaches to people of it's not good. Like I've seen enough like comedy skits that are about Siri being poor inside of television shows or whatever. If they do this, like if they do this, and I know we're expecting them to do this, but if they do this, it will be a very big turnaround from where they were in 2024. Because it was quite clear in 2024 that they had no interest in offering this kind of user interface. Like what they wanted to do was put Siri in everything, right? And Apple Intelligence in everything. Hey, you don't need to talk to a specific system because it's everywhere you want it to be. And obviously that did not pan out. So this will be very much all right, we lost that one and now we're doing it because it's what people expect of us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think about like Google rebranded theirs and it's been fine, but Google's also not Apple. So I don't know.
But Bard didn't have like 15 years of name recognition.
That's true. That's true. It's a good point.
Know? I was thinking about it over there. I heard someone say Gemini, and I was like, what was it called? And also Bard was terrible branding. Like Gemini is actually pretty decent branding. Yeah. Bard was terrible.
Yes.
My first round pick is that Apple Intelligence gains grammar checking features.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that this would just be a much better version of building tools into the keyboard and than like just pure text generation or like rewriting text. You don't have to rewrite my text for me. Just tell me how I can make it better and make some suggestions.
Yeah.
I would like that a lot. I think that would be super useful, and I think people would get more use out of that and feel better about it than my phone is just going to rewrite all of my stuff in a positive tone for me. I think people will be maybe more keen to use tools that are essentially a beefed up spell checker than, I don't know what you'd call it, just something that's trying to like rewrite everything for you.
No, I think this is good. Jason said this, I think on Upgrade, or maybe the Secret Six Colors podcast, but it was so smart. It was one of those things that as soon as he said it, I was like, I wish I had thought of that. Currently, writing tools are very bolted on to like the side of the text experience, especially on the Mac, but also on the iPhone and iPad to a degree. And if you want this stuff to be used by people, you've got to make it more accessible in terms of where it is and how they get to it. And I think Grammarly is a good example, right? Like I have Grammarly installed in Chrome. And so, because I do a lot of writing, like in our CMS and other places on the web, and it's really useful to have it just there, and I can ignore it if I don't want it, or I can disable it on a whole web page if I want. That sort of level of, it's just right where I am. It gives me suggestions, but it's not overbearing. Grammarly doesn't want to rewrite all my stuff. It makes changes that I reject, like tone-wise, but that's different than, oh, let me rewrite this email to your boss in like a happy, joyful way. It's like I don't want that, and I would much prefer tools like what you mentioned, like grammar, spelling, tense mismatch, those sorts of things to be highlighted to me and let me remain in control of those corrections and not just hand things over to the LLM. Okay, my round one pick is that there is no new hardware announced.
Okay.
I know that the M5 is not in the Mac Mini or the Mac Studio, but I don't think that given the situation of the world and the M4 versions of that machine, that Apple is capable of shipping M5s or M5 Pro, Ultra Max, whatever. And so I think it's going to come and go. No hardware announcements.
No Apple TV. No HomePod.
Nothing.
No AirPods with a camera.
No. I think the only thing it could be is Mac Mini, Mac Studio, but I don't think I don't think they can do it. I think they're clearly struggling to get M4 stuff out the door, and maybe I could see a world where that's because they've been stockpiling for the M5 release, but I don't It just doesn't seem to me like that this is going to be a hardware event. Plus, there's so much software stuff to talk about. Like there's plenty to do, and I think it's going to be software only.
Can you imagine if they get you with an Apple TV update?
It'd be the best. Oh my god, it'd be so good.
Or like HomePod Mini with Apple Intelligence.
Yeah, or like okay, we need to draw the line. What about like a watch band?
New hardware.
I mean, that is the hardware.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Not going to release a watch band at WWDC.
Hey, you never know. Like they can put things on the Apple Store at any time.
No,
They're gonna put out an Apple 50th watch band. Announce it at WWDC and you'll be screwed with this point.
I mean, you read the rules, Stephen. Like the point scoring window is from the keynote until the podcast is recorded.
I know. Yeah. And we should say we're going to record on Friday next week.
So we got an extra day.
An extra day.
To get some hardware.
Perfect day for a press release, I should say.
Can you imagine? Like we click record at my 10 a.m. at like 10:01 they release something. It's like, I made it.
God, it'd be so good. Or like it's while the show's going, because it's until we get to the scoring, right?
So we're still in follow up, and then they announce something.
So great, real time follow up. There's a new Mac Mini.
Oh man.
But going back to what you're saying about the stockpiling thing, like if they had been stockpiling Mac Minis for months or whatever, just put it out, right? Like if you've not got any stock to sell people because you're stockpiling, just bring the announcement forward in that situation, right? Like
maybe
would it really be that beneficial to show it at WWDC if you just put it out on its own? Like it's not going to be groundbreaking, whatever it is. So the Mac Studio could be like a new Mac Studio, like a super powerful Mac Studio, but I don't think that's coming because of the RAM problem specifically, right? Like if you want to talk about how powerful a Mac Studio is going to be, you want to put like 400 gigabytes of RAM in it or whatever they would do now. So, yeah. All right, that's round one.
Yep. It is time for round two. My round two pick is the camera app gets Siri/Apple Intelligence integration. I expect there to be some kind of Siri button, Siri icon. Essentially, Apple trying to bring visual intelligence right into the camera app to really show people that they got the AI integration with the camera going. I don't think visual intelligence has exactly worked out in terms of popularity or ease of access, really. The whole camera control thing is debatable at this point. And I think Apple wants to show off that they have a model now, that they have a version of Siri that is truly multimodal, that can see what's around you via the camera, that can, for example, you can point the camera at a nutrition label and it'll tell you, yeah, maybe don't eat this snack because it's going to be bad for you. Or
I'm going to eat 6 almonds. I'm going to eat it. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah. I don't know. I think they want to show off the visual intelligence side of Apple Intelligence in a better, more prominent place. And the camera is the place. So I think we're going to get this.
So I want to make a prediction. This is not for a point. This is just a prediction. This is going to be the thing that annoys people the most through the beta cycle. That they're going to put the Siri mode in a place that we don't want it to be. Like it's going to be too prominent in the camera app. And over the course of the beta, it's going to be changed. Like it will be like the first swipe. They'll put it in between photos and videos or something ridiculous, right? Like it's going to be in a place that people don't like it. And it will change before it gets released.
Or maybe people will be asking for a toggle to turn it off entirely. But like keep Apple Intelligence on, but turn it off in the camera, something like that.
Because it's just, I don't think that it's just on paper. I don't think it's a good idea to put it like in the camera UI. Like I think it makes more sense as accessible another way, accessible through Siri, accessible in the control center rather than in the camera app. I'm not sure. I would love to be proven wrong, but I'm just not sure that is the experience that I and most people are going to want. Like that, it's like a different mode, like in your mind. But we'll see. And so I think that at first they're going to try and put it too prominently because they want people to use it, and then it's going to annoy people, and they move it. They keep it in the app, but they like move it to a different thing. Maybe it's just accessible via one of these like potentially customizable buttons or something instead of the new UI or whatever. Also, I wanted to address the camera control slander that's been happening on this show in today's episode and in the episode when I was on vacation. I love camera control.
For what?
Just launching the camera.
It's fine for that. The swiping is bad.
So you don't love camera control. You love a button to launch the camera.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't want it to be the action button because I use that all the time for something else. I like having a dedicated button for opening my camera.
I think they can keep that, but get rid of all. I mean, on a new phone, the swipey
I don't
stuff
want
is
any
turned
of the
off.
sliding stuff. I've turned all of that off.
Yeah.
But I love having a button where I can launch the
Yeah,
camera before
I do
I've
that
even
all
got
the
the camera
time.
in front of me.
Me too.
Okay, cool.
I do that all
great.
the time too. Yeah.
Okay, great. Phew. I thought that you both said you wanted it to go away, but I think you
No.
wanted all the complicated stuff
I
to go
love the
away.
button to launch the camera. I just
Right.
want the whole stack of swiping and zooming and pinching, whatever.
Yeah,
Just
get rid of
yeah.
all of that. That's not
Yeah.
needed. It
Yeah.
was way overcomplicated. But just keep the button or like a pressure sensitive area or something. Like I don't want them to get rid of that because I really love that. It's just so helpful that like the camera UI is already in front of your face by the time you get your phone in front of your face. Like I think that's really nice.
Yep.
Is it my pick now?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Apple opens up to more third-party AI providers to be integrated into the system.
Yeah. So it seems like this is going to happen. And this is the one that I've been thinking about the most personally.
Okay.
What I struggle to understand so far is, so Apple is going to have the new Siri. And a part of it, at least, is going to be based on Google technology. What exactly is this AI extension framework? Like, at any point, you can enable, say, a Claude extension, and instead of Google Siri responding to you, it's Claude. But is it as smart as the fancy Siri? Or is it just for like web search or something else?
I think maybe yes or no. Like, I have no idea, right? Because it's like, will it even be worth it? Is it better if you have an account with these companies so you actually get a better model? Or are you just always going to be using a cheaper model in the iPhone? And also it's like, is it going to be in chat or is it just going to be in specific areas?
Exactly.
You know, like
exactly.
I have no idea, but all I know or all I feel to be true is that OpenAI is not going to be the only app that you can sign up to in settings.
Yeah. No way.
You know?
No way.
Yeah, but I would expect there, like, all the serious fancy functionalities that we're going to talk about later, those will probably be exclusive to Siri via the vanilla white label Gemini.
There will be
version.
specific places where you can use third parties, I think. I don't think
Yeah.
you're going to be able to like say like, oh, I want my personal context to be generated by ChatGPT. No, that's all going to be
Exactly.
Apple's model, but there will be like different parts of the experience, like maybe even writing tools. I don't know, like maybe you could have a different model in there. Or as you say, it could be web search or just image generation.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be limited. Like, now you can have multiple extensions, and those extensions can help you for these like siloed experiences of Apple Intelligence, like writing tools, image playground, and maybe web search.
World knowledge, right? That's what they said about ChatGPT. I think they'll keep using that phrasing.
I guess that's what it is. So if for whatever reason you want Grok to generate your images, you can use that. Good
This
luck.
is a very specific reason people like to use Grok to generate their images.
I would
Yes.
bet you money that Grok is not on this list. I mean,
I
think-
will
I don't
bet.
think it
I
will be at
will
all.
bet you money that Grok is on this list,
Which list? I like this bet.
on the list of extensions.
But okay, all of them?
Yes.
Oh, like, Stephen, are you saying all or just images?
I was saying Grok wouldn't be nowhere.
Okay, cool.
Mm-mm.
So how much money's going down on this bet?
$5.
$5.
Five American dollars?
Yep.
$5 American dollars.
Okay, $5 American dollars.
Yeah.
Oh, it's being written in a document.
Yep.
Steven
$5
said
bet.
Grok
But will not be
Look,
shown.
they
or mentioned.
recently gave Grok the CarPlay entitlement, even.
That's a really good point.
So there's
In
that.
the
$5 bet.
in system extension.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine how much Elon Musk will be upset if everybody joins the AI extension announcement except for Grok? Can you imagine?
He
Like,
would
I mean,
be
there's
very
basically
upset.
a lawsuit filed on the Tuesday,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. We have
I think it hurts me, but I'm leaning more towards Federico
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
for that reason.
If-
hurts me too. But
if
yeah.
if it's included, John Turnus is a failure of CEO. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
he isn't CEO yet.
Mm.
It's Tim Cook's
It's like
Tim Cook's parting
like-
gift.
it's his pardon. It's his CEO pardon is to put Grok into the operating system.
There you go. Okay, we have it in here. $5 bet.
Okay.
I'm next. Round 2.
Yes,
We see a little finder in some capacity.
I think we will. I think you're right. I think they saw that little guy's popular. It'll be somewhere in
Yeah,
the videos.
videos could be what I. This is ungraded, but for extra just spice. I would love to see a 3D printed model on a table or a desk in a session.
I was gonna say. Remember when we went to visit the Google campus many years ago, and there were all the androids in the park?
Uh huh.
We should see
you want
little,
a big one.
I want to see a big finder guy, like
Big.
a bunch of them.
I
a bunch of
want
them.
I want a huge inflatable Finder mascot
Wow.
flying over the top of Apple Park, or I will not be satisfied. That's what I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think it's too much of a cultural reference now. Maybe not the keynote, but I think definitely in the session video. I mean,
I think it will happen because Apple made it. This is different if this was a thing that took off in the community that Basic Apple Guy made, right? It's not. Apple made this, so and has continued to appear. So I absolutely think that the Finder mascot will appear.
okay, that's my round 2 pick.
I would also like to make another suggestion for rule changes.
Okay. Okay.
I know, but we're into riskies now, and this is particularly for riskies. And I don't think either of you are going to like this, but I'm just going to say it. I don't think we should pre-approve them anymore. I think we should come prepared to the show to have to debate with each other.
Ooh.
But then you have to come up with a backup on the fly.
Yeah.
Well, not on the fly.
You have a
It'll be up
backup.
to us to make sure we have backups. Because I'm
Oh,
having to do
no.
that anyway because they're being knocked down. The reason I mention this is there is a great conversation that happens between just the three of us. We're content
Yes.
creators. This is
Yes.
content.
Yes.
Now, it's more work for us,
Yeah.
Yes.
but it's ultimately the same amount of work we're doing, but just in a quicker period of time. And so it's like maybe we have I will maybe come to the show with 2 half-formed ideas, and then I have to kind of work out what my risky pick's going to be based on that. It's a suggestion. You can sit on it and think about it. But I think that we're, also as well, these are, I think, more interesting if they're surprises to all of us. And we already all know each other's before we've even started the
true.
show. So,
You're
and I
s-
think
you're
I
swaying
think-
me. You're swaying me.
I think we used to argue so much more than we do now, and which is why we had to do this, is because it was like bloodlust trying to come up with these. And I think now we're much more chill about it than we used to be.
Yeah, no, I don't like being chill.
Okay.
Yes, I love the chaos.
Do you want to put forth a motion?
The motion that I am putting forth is that for the September keynote and onwards, we do not pre-approve or pre-share the risky picks of each other.
Yes.
Okay, and here's an amendment, right? Now, this we might not need to worry about this for a while. We can think about it. If you can't come up with one, the other hosts do it for you.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll think about that.
Let's think about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, though? Of
Sure.
but I can't think of a third point based on the fact that you won't allow it. It's like, well, then you lose, you forfeit. I don't know. But yes, we can see how it goes before we have to consider something like that, maybe.
Wow. Man, this is a big change, but I like it.
It's time to, we got to spice it up. We're at that
Spice
part in
it
our
up, spice it
relationship.
up.
You've got to
Yeah, you gotta.
keep it spicy,
Yeah.
Partial
Yeah.
points and no pre-approval.
We're not-
That's what I'm down
Yeah.
for. That's where I'm playing.
You reach a point where you gotta spice things up.
I want to take it back to when we were younger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This is our midlife crisis. Okay,
Mhm.
sure. We'll go with that.
I'm
Okay.
happy with this show's
Mm.
midlife crisis being episode 606.
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
more years of this. Okay, that's really good.
All right.
Good interjection.
Thank you.
So Federico, take us through your pick.
Okay. I really struggled this year. I shared the previous one with you guys. I didn't really like it, so I came up with something else.
I'm really happy for you because I didn't like your first one either. I was worried about it, honestly, for you.
But
Yeah.
next time, if you
Okay.
brought it to the show, we could do that in front of everybody, to Mike's
Yep.
point.
Yep. Okay. The new series will be partially based on Google technology with condition number 1, a model based on the Gemini 3.5 Flash family. Condition 2, a translation layer, MCP or JSON, for app intents when the Google model is involved. And number 3, no thinking selector in the UI for users.
So my read on your pick here.
Yeah.
Point 3, easy. We can
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
Points 1 and 2. No, but we will be able to see whether there is a button called thinking.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Like you can just see if that exists.
Yes.
Points 1 and 2, that's implementation details that they need to
Yes.
share, right?
Yes.
You got
Yes.
5 days to find out in a way that is publicly verifiable.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let me make my case for this.
Please do.
I feel like in this day and age, it is important for any AI lab to share what model is being used behind the scenes when you're dealing with customer data. I think Apple needs to accept this reality, and they will need to say, we trained the model, we fine-tuned the model that's based on this. This is the technology that's gonna have some kind of access in some kind of private cloud compute sandbox to your app's data. Also, I will bet you another $5. I'm willing to go broke for these guys, okay? Another $5 that with good enough prompting, the model will just tell you what it's based on. It is very hard to completely wipe out of a model its origins. So I am willing to spend another $5 that this time will be given to Michael.
Well, you're just going to give me the money.
Yeah, I'll just
Michael
give you
win a bet.
$5.
Oh, I love
the
it.
money.
I'll give you
is wrong.
$5. I'll give you $5
Amazing.
if there is absolutely, well, first of all, no mention of the model used, and absolutely no way that
To
the
find
people who installed the beta from Monday to Friday, that they will not find out.
Okay.
So why Gemini 3.5 Flash? Honestly, the biggest risk actually for me is that 3.5 Flash is 6 times more expensive than 3.1 Flash Lite. Both models, both 3.1 Flash Lite and 3.5 Flash, have the same knowledge cutoff date of January 2025. That's not great, but it's something you can compensate for with web search, obviously. 3.5 Flash, though, is the much more capable and fast model that is leagues beyond 3.1 Flashlight when it comes to quote-unquote agentic behavior.
Wasn't this the one that they just shut off?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Yes. It's the one that just showed off. It's a hybrid model in the sense that it can reason behind the scenes. It supports multiple reasoning levels. Those can be adjusted on the fly by the application or system feature driving the call to the Google API. Depending on the user question, depending on the complexity of the task, you can ask Gemini 3.5 Flash not to think at all, or to think just a little bit, or to think higher, but it's still much, much, much faster than a Gemini 3 Pro family model. And the 3.5 Flash is just better at calling tools and orchestrating complex requests than 3.1 Flash Lite.
Could it even be possible that 3.5 Flash exists because Apple's involved? Like these are maybe some of the things that Google had to do to make it work good for the iPhone, or no? You don't think so?
No, I don't think it's related. Okay. I think Apple was obviously talking to Google. Obviously this deal was announced in February, so 4 months ago. So let's assume that it was already in the making for 3 months. Right. I'm being conservative, like November to December. And obviously that model was already being trained. So I would expect that when Apple approached Google, that model was doing maybe its final training run for an announcement at Google I/O in May, right? These training runs, they don't happen in like 24 hours or a week. Sure. They take months. So yeah, I would expect that when Apple approached Google, Google said, well, okay, let's cut a deal. We will not give you, for $1 billion, we will not give you access to a Gemini 3 Pro model. Also because you don't want people to sit around and wait for 2 minutes when Siri is thinking, if it's based on Gemini 3 Pro. You want something speedy, but still intelligent, right? And that's 3.5 Flash.
I wonder as well, like saying about if they'll say anywhere what it's based on. I think it kind of depends on how confident they feel, just in general, that maybe they feel like they will get a boost if they say what it is.
Yeah.
Or they feel like, still, we don't need to say nothing, and they don't say anything.
Because if you say it's based on the latest 3.5 Flash model from Google, that's I think most people actually don't hate 3.5 Flash.
Well, and there's just the right places to talk about that, right? Like
you can say
interviews or whatever. I could imagine maybe them talking about it. I don't know.
And especially now, that brings me to my second point. So a translation layer, MCP or JSON for app intents when the Google model is involved. All right. So we are expecting, right, this new Siri to take a hybrid approach where there's going to be some kind of on-device model that you download on your phone, on your iPad, that answers some basic questions, right? If you say, well, turn on my office light, that probably doesn't need to go off to the Google Cloud and come back and say, yes, I'm supposed to turn off this light in this room. We're expecting there to be a local model that kind of orchestrates and analyzes the initial user request and then makes a decision. Do I need more capacity for this question, or can I just get it done on device with the tools that I have? So let's say that you are Mike Hurley and you're saying, Siri, yes, you are. Siri, I want you to take my schedule for the upcoming week and check if I have tasks in Todoist that match the calendar events that I have on Tuesday and Thursday. Something like that. Mm-hmm. Now, that is a complex query. And if I were to bet, the local model would probably fail at, it would understand all of it, but it would probably fail at orchestrating that request. That model on device is going to be a small model. We would expect right now, I believe it's a 3 billion model with a 4,000 token context window. Even just the prompt and the apps that would be involved in that request, they would probably exceed the context window of the local model. So the local model will say, all right, I need to go to the cloud. Now, I don't know if you recall, WWDC 24, what Apple announced. They announced this theoretical system where Apple Intelligence trained on understanding app intents and Swift would, first of all, build an index of all the app intents on your device, all the tools available to them for data retrieval and performing actions. And it was just, in theory, nobody ever saw it in action, obviously. So in their mind and in their concept videos, that model knew how to parse the app intents Swift syntax, right? And perform actions. Now, that obviously never shipped. Fast forward to 2026 right now. So if my assumption is correct, that there's going to be an on-device model saying, okay, this is a complex question, tons of context is required here, I need to go off to the cloud. How do you pass that data to the cloud? Mike asked about his calendar schedule, his Todoist. So you need to retrieve at the very least app intents for calendar, or maybe Fantastical and Todoist. How do you pass that app intents data? So those are tool definitions, schemas, like all of those things. How do they actually go off to the Google Cloud? Now, if you're Google, this is not a problem for you because when you're on Android, Gemini has been trained to understand two things, MCP and JSON. Gemini is pretty good actually at understanding a JSON schema input and spitting back additional JSON. And obviously, in theory, Gemini is also capable of understanding MCP. So the tool calling syntax for MCP, tool definition, tool descriptions, what's data retrieval, what's performing an action, all those things. Now, I seriously doubt that Apple approached Google, right, in December, whenever, and said, we want you to give us a completely untrained Google Gemini model that we are going to train from scratch to understand natively app intents and Swift code for app intents. We got the reports that Apple was able to fine-tune Google Gemini for their usage in Siri and the upcoming iOS 27 and Apple Intelligence. So my prediction is that the simplest solution here is to keep all the work that developers have done for the past 2 years to create app intents and get ready for Apple Intelligence. It would be a really bad look for Apple to go on stage and say, JK, never mind all that work that you did on app intents, and now you gotta redo it all for MCP. Also because you're still gonna be using app intents on Apple platforms. App intents are behind shortcuts, they're behind widgets, they're behind controls in Control Center. The more elegant solution, if you are on a schedule, right, in 6 months, would be to say, okay, how do we build the equivalent of a Rosetta feature where we run this on device and we automatically translate, validate app intents code to something that Gemini understands in the cloud. So Gemini knows how to deal with that, comes back, we revalidate on the fly that MCP or JSON syntax, and we retranslate it back to app intents so that you can perform the action that you asked for. I think if you're crunching to get this done in time for WWDC, you probably don't want to train a model from scratch in 4 months, 5 months to understand app intents. You want to take an established solution for tool calling, which would be MCP or JSON input, and have a little translator on device that acts as the interpreter in between you, the user, and your local device and the Google Cloud. So that's sort of, and look, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe Eric Yu actually went to Google and said, you gotta give us all the tools to do a complete training run for Gemini to understand app intents natively. We don't want to have a Rosetta translator on device. Maybe that's the case. If they actually pull that off, I'm gonna give $5 to Mike. Otherwise, I think this is the more elegant approach. Okay. Hopefully my explanation makes sense.
Mostly.
Okay.
But I get it.
That's good. Good enough. Okay.
Are we good now for your pick?
I'm good.
All right. My risky pick is that Apple unveils a standalone Siri app. It will be available in the App Store. It includes an integrated storefront for downloading chatbot-style AI apps. And in this store, there will be AI extensions for non-chatbot style apps. These will let developers give access to their data to Siri to use for personal context. This will be Apple essentially offering MCP support into the Siri system. So I want to explain a little bit more about all of mine. So Siri app in the App Store. For me, the thinking is they might want to update this experience and its features more frequently than an operating system update. I don't know about this, but I think I can see the scenario for it. That there may be a desire to want to update it in the same way that a lot of Apple's system apps are available in the App Store. And also, if there's going to be an app on the phone, sometimes you can delete those apps, right? And then they have to be in the App Store anyway, so maybe there's a benefit from that. It includes an integrated storefront for downloading chatbot-style AI apps. So I think that there will be some kind of UI for grabbing ChatGPT, Claude, especially if they're going to integrate into the system. That there might just be like a little thing that you can pull up inside of this new assistant app that lets you download the apps from third parties, right? And then integrate them in some way. And that would also allow you to be able to, say, plug them into image playgrounds or whatever. You could do it all inside of this app. But then the third part is, so I was thinking about this, right? This is actually informed by a conversation that I had on Mac Power Users that's coming out this weekend. I was on Mac Power Users and we were talking about this. So if you listen to this show and listen to Mac Power Users, you'll hear me going in reverse in my thinking. Essentially, what I'm wondering about is, let's say your personal context will benefit a lot from having your email, right? And let's say that you're a Gmail user. You don't use the Apple Mail app. You don't sign into the Apple Mail app at all. How is Apple going to get the information that's inside of your Gmail app? Now, of course, they could use app intents, and I'm sure Apple's going to really try and get people to use app intents. It's going to be their preferred way of doing it. But we have seen in the past few years Apple's inability to get developers to do what they want. Right? It's becoming harder and harder, and now we've got this new frontier here, right? Where it's like, you could maybe not Google, but let's just use Google for example, being like, we're not going to build your system. We have our own system, and we've built it on an open platform. We have an MCP server for Gmail. So if you desperately want to have Gmail in your personal context, go ahead and integrate with MCP. Like, I can imagine this as a conversation. We're not going to build app intents for you. We've already built something. You use that. So what I'm wondering is Apple going to also have some kind of way of integrating MCP servers into the assistant? If they do this, I can't imagine Apple saying, integrate this MCP server. Like, I don't imagine them using those words in the operating system, but I could imagine, hey, grab this extension. It's not for an AI app, but it is for an app that supports MCP. So like, you could have a Notion extension in there. You could have a Gmail extension. You could have a Fastmail extension. And they're just wrappers around MCP servers that just make it really easy to plug that into Siri. That's what I'm getting at here. So there you go. That's my risky pick.
What I kind of like about this is that if you get this pick right, I also get it right.
Yes, but if you get yours right, I don't necessarily.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So, but this is just based on like the question of, are they going to be able to get people to do what they want them to do? Because it's going to be very important that they do. And I think the easiest way is for them just to meet people in the middle. Considering there is already this platform that is being created and people are supporting that enable AI apps to talk to each other. Why would you not just build support for that into the operating system? Maybe you can give people more and you can try and incentivize, say like, hey, if you use app intents or use whatever other framework they might create, it will be even better for your customers. But at a base level, integrate with MCP, and then you can have your assistant doing things, which is very important that they do that, I think. So we'll see.
And I think it's important to have a place where users can see what they have hooked up to Apple Intelligence, and putting it in the Siri app somewhere. I could see it making sense. The problem with some of this stuff is the way it is now, and some of these other like doing connectors in Claude or putting things with ChatGPT. Like it can be confusing to people. Like, how do I tell it about this tool, or how do I load this thing in? And Apple could obscure a lot of that complexity by having something developers can use, stick a storefront in it, and then you can see like, oh, okay, I use MimeStream and MimeStream is not in here, so it doesn't know about what's going on inside of MimeStream. I think that level of clarity is important. All right, my pick. Apple announces a paid AI service. 1, it removes caps on Siri chatbot usage. Number 2, it unlocks better image generation and image playgrounds. And 3, it is not part of any existing Apple bundle.
This is a very good risky pick.
Wow.
Apple may continue to do this for free, but no one else does. Even Google charges you for upper levels of access to Gemini, right? Maybe they'll do this for free for the first year. Maybe it's like satellite on the iPhone where they just like keep kicking the can down the road.
This is much more expensive than satellite.
But it is much more expensive. And I suspect that if they're ever going to do this, like you just do it now. Like you just like, hey, here's all the stuff. It's $10 a month or whatever. And not, or maybe you get 90 days free with an iPhone. I don't know, but I will think the pick says there will be some paid component to these new features.
And what a great excuse for a new service for the services revenue.
That's right. They love a service.
This is like a legit service that they could offer that just puts them on parity with everyone else.
Siri Plus.
Yep. I hate that name. It would annoy me. I would be very annoyed if part 3 of this pick is correct. that I don't get this because I play for Apple Premiere or whatever.
Yeah, Apple
it's
One.
Called Apple One something.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's discounted in the Apple One bundle, like News and Fitness Plus and stuff are.
Because it'd be like Apple One, but not that one.
Maybe. This episode of Connected is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. But what does all-in-one even mean? Well, it means with Squarespace, you're designing your site right in the browser. You're not writing code and files and uploading them to a server and waiting to refresh. No, it's all in the visible editor. It's drag and drop. You can pick between colors and typefaces really easily. All-in-one also means that your site can scale with you. Maybe you start simple, but down the road, you're going to add video courses. Well, you can use their video library and tools like their invoicing and marketing and email tools to set all of that up. It's not a separate system that Squarespace, your website doesn't know about. It's all in one. It all knows about each other. That makes it great for small businesses, big businesses, personal projects, nonprofits, really anyone who needs a website. You should go check out Squarespace. I've been building with it for years, and it is always my first recommendation to anyone looking to build a website. So if that's you, go to squarespace.com/connected for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code CONNECTED. That's going to save you 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain name. That's squarespace.com/connected and the code CONNECTED for 10% off your first purchase. My thanks to Squarespace for their support of the show and all of Relay. The Flexies is a game held after each edition of the Rickies. It consists of a series of additional picks in relation to the upcoming Apple event or year. Scoring is completed separately from the main game, but like the Rickies, the order of picks is set by the results of the previous game, and ties will be broken using Dice by Pcalc. Please lie down as the rules are read. The host must make a minimum of 5 Flexi picks. Each correct pick is awarded 1 point. Wrong picks do not remove any points, and no partial points may be awarded. The winner is determined by comparing the percentage of correct Flexis made by each host. And the winner can use their chosen title as long as they are the winner. Federico shall be named Prince Flexi and is known as King Flexi when having won both the keynote and annual games. Mike has chosen Duke of Flexington and the name Archduke Flexington. I've chosen Attorney General Flexi and the title Secretary of Deflex when necessary. Loser of the Flexis must compensate the winner of the Flexis by donating to a charity of the winner's choice. The amount of donation is $25 per wrong Flexi made by the loser, and the money must be donated on air. If someone holds all 4 titles, well, then they're allowed to choose their own nickname because they have won the podcast, basically. You may be seated. Okay. I won last time, so I get to go first.
Mm-hmm.
iPadOS 27 has no major new features unique from iOS.
You don't think it might get some spotlight changes?
I don't.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, not unique, not different from iOS. I mean, if they merged Spotlight and Siri in iOS, I expect iPadOS to get that, but I don't think it would get anything beyond what the phone gets.
I mean, I could imagine iPadOS getting a clipboard manager.
I know Jason wants that, but
doesn't.
that's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. Come on.
Okie dokie.
Come on. Can't do real clipboard management on an iPad, Mike.
I mean, no, you can't, but you could.
You should, but I don't think they're going to separate it from the phone this year. I think it's going to be a very quiet year for the iPad.
So do you think iPadOS even gets its own kind of like, now let's go to iPadOS?
I heard you say that on Upgrade. I think they will, but it will be features that are everywhere else.
So they will use iPadOS as a way to show something
else.
But it's also coming to iOS and macOS.
Right. Yeah.
So they give it its time so it looks important, but really it's not getting anything.
That's my guess.
That's interesting.
macOS 27 has some updated design elements.
Yeah.
Please.
Some.
I was doing something in Finder the other day, and it was like, I use column view because I'm a gentleman. And like the contents of the column way to the left, like show up between the edge of the window and the sidebar. It's like, what are we doing? This is so stupid. Something. Give me something, Apple. Number 3, tvOS is mentioned.
Okay.
They remember it exists. Number 4, iOS 27 has new lock screen customizations.
Okay. You didn't sound sure about your own pick.
Well, I had a typo. I was fixing the typo as I was talking.
Has new ones?
My voice is changing.
What does that mean?
I think they'll expand. I mean, some things I would like to see. You can only use the tall font with one typeface. Make that available to all the others.
Yeah.
I would like more flexibility around where and how I can lay out widgets on the lock screen. Like, why can't I put them down the side or have a little stack somewhere? Like, it's very restrictive. I think there could be something around, hey, my wallpaper's not big enough, expand it. You know, they do that now a little bit, but they just like blur the snot out of it. It's like, well, that's not really what I asked. Like, so maybe there's something with wallpaper extension, AI imagery nonsense on the wallpaper. Siri and Spotlight merge, at least in iOS and iPadOS.
Yeah.
Apple does not announce any video generation AI tools. I don't think they want to touch it. We talked about that recently on the show. Why would you go there? Number 7, Tim Cook has a moment of reflection.
Like he just stops in the middle. He's like, he just freezes.
He says something about his time at Apple. Is this his?
Right.
I mean, assumingly this is his last public event. He'll be on, I think, at least one more quarterly call. But this is kind of
This is the last keynote.
This is the last keynote.
They're
right?
not going to do an August keynote. This is the last keynote.
This is the last one. I don't know to what extent it's going to be. I don't know if he's going to like hand the torch off to Turnus or I don't know. But I think there'll be something where he is reflective on the past in some way.
You might get more detail on that in a minute.
Oh, and some of your picks?
Well, I had a whole risky pick, and all those things they just went into my flexies. So
yeah,
you'll hear about it.
Yeah. All right, Federico.
Okay, number 1, there will be an iOS feature to split bills with friends and family. This was rumored by Gurman recently, like Apple Cash.
Only
Apple
in
Pay
America,
Cash.
because it's the only place that Apple believes money is exchanged.
Definitely would be Apple only or US only.
Yeah. Number 2, John Turnus is seen on stage at Apple Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if people don't know, they hit play on the QuickTime video, right? The streams. And if you're in person, you see it just like a video. But before the video plays, Tim Cook and Craig, or, you know, the iPhone, it's Tim, they come out and say something to the crowd, and then they hit play. And that's not streamed. Now it's reported on because there's, you know, a bunch of people there that have Mastodon accounts, but it's not part of the video. So that's where this could happen. Is it could be in person, but not on the stream.
I think this year they run a risk with having either Tim or Turnus appear that there might be applause for longer than desired. Like I can imagine people might get a bit excited, you know? We'll see. Or
It's a
booed, I
one-time
don't know.
thing.
We'll find out.
I think it's okay.
Can you imagine if they want to brag and this time the Apple Intelligence demo is done live on stage?
I don't know if it would be bragging. It would definitely be like
Like
we
they
got this.
wanna show you.
I
that-
wish they would, because that
Yeah.
would be
Yeah.
wild.
Number 3, the new Siri replaces Spotlight for command space activation on iPad.
Oh.
Yeah, I think when you
Yeah.
command space on iPad, it'll just be Siri now. Number 4, tab bars are subtly redesigned on iOS once again. I think they're making changes to the liquid glass tab bars again in 27.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit. They've done some of it already, right? Like they
Yes.
they basically have
A couple of
abandoned
apps.
the thing where the tab bar gets sucked to the left into the first item and then comes back out. That's basically gone out of iOS 26. You know, I guess they're going to combine search. They're going to add that back into the end. Something.
Yeah. Number 5, the new Siri is based on a dual LLM architecture on device and in the cloud.
Yeah.
This is what I said before. Number 6, there is a feature to create wallpapers with AI. They will do some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Just image playground and make it my lock screen.
Yeah,
You know?
I think so too.
With Grok, Steven.
No. Just naked pictures of me as your lock screen.
Yeah,
Well,
we
I
don't
have
want
those
that.
already.
Wow.
Ooh,
And I didn't
Wow.
use Grok. I didn't use Grok. All right, mine is 1, some hardware as announced.
Okay.
I don't actually
Right.
believe this to be true, but I just wanted to be completely in
Wanted
objection
to
to
mess
Steven.
with Steven. Yes.
2, Google, Anthropic, and OpenAI will all be said aloud in the keynote.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I think they have to. I think they did. It's like, hey,
Question.
we're relying on these
Question, Mike.
Yeah.
If they mention Claude but not Anthropic, does that count?
I don't know if they. I think they would say the whole thing. Like I think they
Claude-
would say
Claude
Claude
by
from
Anthropic.
Anthropic.
Okay. Okay.
Because
okay.
they said like OpenAI a lot. When no one really like people know ChatGPT more than they know OpenAI, I feel like. Whoa, what is happening? Steven, don't go in and start messing with my flexies. Delete. This is not how it works in the flexies. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
I was just clarifying that it was not going to be they're not going to be the brand, just the company. Is that what you're
3.
saying? Are you saying it?
I've said what I said. What I said is
He
Google,
said what
Anthropic, and OpenAI
He
will all be
said
said aloud
what
in the
he
keynote.
said.
All right? I said
Okay.
what I said.
He
3.
said what he.
A Formula One car appears at some point in the keynote.
Definitely.
Okay.
They
Gotta go
they
fast.
did it when they only had the movie. Now they got the
Yeah.
whole sport in America.
Yeah.
We're going to see some Formula One cars.
Do you think it could be the skit, like at the opening?
I don't think it'll be a skit because they did that already.
I want to see an F1 car at Apple Park.
They did that already too. They've
I
done
was
all
not-
these things.
I was not present.
But oh, okay. You want to see it,
I
not that
personally.
it should happen.
Yeah.
Are they? Because they did do it last year.
Yeah. Who cares? I want to see it now.
Oh, okay. I mean, you
Yeah.
had the opportunity to see it last year
Where was it?
outside the Steve Jobs Theater. They had the F1 car from the movie.
What are you saying? I was at the Steve Jobs Theater. There was no F1 car.
Federico, okay. I will find pictures for you once I'm done reading my flexies.
I was literally at the Steve Jobs Theater. There was no F1 car.
Okay, WWDC 2025 F1
Images.
car, Apple Park. Okay, now it's just all the skits. They had it because I saw videos about it and people were taking pictures of it and saying like, "This is how they shot the movie."
There's
like,
a-
this is
when I
in the
was-
wing mirrors.
Is this when I was doing a briefing?
I mean, maybe.
Mm.
Okay, are you thinking about in March when they had a promo? Because
Nope.
there's a link to that at 9 to 5.
Nope. Okay, so I got a picture for you from the 20th of June 2025 from Technical Guruji, who was at Apple Park, and I'm going to put this in the Discord for you. It's a Facebook post, so have fun with that. This was, and I'm going to send it to you both. Oh, you can both look in the Discord. So there you go. There's
absolutely no idea where this was.
I mean, you can see the rainbow stage behind. Like they had one. All I'm saying is they had one.
This seems like you cannot just walk to the stage though. So it was like for some people only, I guess.
I don't know. I saw MKBHD with it. Like,
yeah, but he's cooler than we are.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Mike. Please continue.
Okay. Yeah, I need to add this to the show notes. Steven, can you add that to the show notes, please?
I got you.
Thank you. All right. Tim says that one of the best parts of his job has been to enable so many developers on the App Store.
Sure.
And then a bunch of people vomit. That's not part of my pick, but that's what will happen.
Yeah.
5. Tim hands over to John Turnus and they close the event together.
Oh. Okay. Holding hands?
I mean, maybe. Here's my actual thing that I think will... Not this is what I think will happen, but this is how I've imagined it.
Finger touch? Okay.
No. Well, yes, maybe. I've imagined it in my mind, right? That they're talking and then the camera pulls back and then it like starts to like drone style and they're both waving at it as it's going into the sky. I don't know why. This is how I imagine. I'm not saying this is what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, that's hot.
This is in my mind's eye what I see as the closing.
I would kind of watch a movie version of that with Ryan Gosling.
Well, you might be able to watch a movie version of that on Monday because it will happen. The reason I spent so much time thinking about this is these were two parts of my original risky pick, which I was told was not risky enough, even though I feel like I was quite specific, but nevertheless. 6, final flexi, because Steven stole one of my flexies. Apple makes a big focus with on-device AI. They will just talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
Steven didn't steal one of my flexes as much as he just got to have it because he was first.
Yeah.
But I will say that he stole it.
Yeah, you had put Little Finder in there, and I made it a pick. So
yeah.
Well, this is a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to consider.
Yes. Okay.
I feel good. So we will be recording, like we said, on Friday next week. So if it's Thursday evening and you're freaking out that our show's not out yet, just wait. It'll be out Friday. And because we're traveling, well, I think we're all traveling on Thursday, so Friday it is. We all see each other next week, which is very exciting.
Yes.
So we will do a celebratory high five in person. When's the last time all three of us were together?
WWDC 2023.
23?
Okay.
I can't think of any other time.
Vision Pro WWDC?
Yeah. Well, my last WWDC.
Yeah, I saw you last year, Mike.
You came to my house, yeah.
Yes. Stole a few objects from your house. You didn't notice? That's okay.
That's totally fine. I've been wondering where that stuff went.
Okay, sure. All right, cool.
Oh, boy. Well, if you want to follow along with us next week at WWDC, we are going to be just doing stuff all over the place. Federico will be, and his team will be over at macstories.net. You can follow along there. It's just a little inside baseball. It's a weird week to be in Apple Press when there's an event, especially if you're there, because it's great to be there and like be on the ground and see people, but it's also very hard to get actual work done. But Federico has John for that, you know?
No, we have Devon and Jonathan.
They'll be holding down the fort.
He did say John, you know? Like
John, nothing.
He was right. He just didn't get the opportunity to finish.
John will be just as busy as me, thankfully. So we'll be running around Apple Park for 2 days.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You can find Mike on a bunch of shows across Relay. Y'all are gonna be doing Upgrade Monday at some point in person.
Yeah, we're recording it at Apple Park.
Awesome. You can look for Mike all over the place next week, and you can find my writing at 512pixels.net. And because I'm going to WWDC without an invite, Apple, I got lots of time to write. So check out what I'm writing, I guess.
Look out for some blogs.
I'm not mad. I'm just hurt.
Are you not mad? Because it sounded like you were mad when you accusatorily said Apple.
Two hosts are going to be there.
Yeah.
Am I not good enough?
I don't think this is the show that helps, though, if I'm being honest.
No, I quit. I quit the show that helps.
Yeah. I think you kept the show that hurts.
Maybe. We're not letting those guys. We did Connected once in person, I think, at Apple Park.
Yeah, but
They didn't like it.
No, I don't think they liked it, and I don't think any of us were invited to WWDC because of Connected.
No.
But we all just happened to be there, so they were like, "Well, if you're all going to be here, you may as well."
I'm going to be just down the street, Apple. It's a stone's throw away from Apple Park. Anyways, it's
Get
fine.
a big ladder.
A big ladder. Just I'm
Climb
going to
over.
build a trebuchet and just like shoot myself over the park.
Catapult yourself in.
Yeah.
Be fine.
Don't
It's
they have like
open
an
at the-
anti-drone
in the-
system
in the-
there? I could be in trouble.
I definitely don't have an anti-trebuchet system though.
Who would?
They haven't thought of that yet.
You at least expect it.
Just don't come in on a drone and you'll be fine.
Right. I'm tunneling under as we speak.
What does an anti-drone system mean? They're not lasering them down or something, right?
I don't know.
No, like one of the like some of those government birds, because they're not real.
Wait, what?
Birds aren't
Birds
real.
aren't real.
Don't you know that?
Federico, do you know the guy who started
Government
that
bird?
is local to me?
Really?
Yeah. I'm almost positive. I'm gonna.
Yeah, Google that, Mike. Birds aren't real. They're a government asset.
I'll put a link in the show notes. Yes, it started in Memphis.
Incredible.
Got that going for me.
Whoa, this is weird.
Yeah, if we still
man.
had Ungenius, we would have 100% done this already. Apple, if you want us
Memphis-
to bring Ungenius back, invite us to Apple Park.
Please don't. Billboard in Memphis, Tennessee, 2019. Birds aren't real.
I remember it going up, and people were like, "What is happening?" Anyways, birds aren't real. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Century and Squarespace. Thank you so much for listening. If you want more of the show, you can get Connected Pro, which is the longer and ad-free version of the show we do each and every week. This week, we ranked the new Super Mario Crocs.
Nintendo
Crocs. Mario Nintendo Crocs.
Yes.
I mean, they are Mario Crocs, though, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yes.
Where do you think a Wario Croc would fit? You think it'd be good?
Well, okay, so it would make this noise every time you walk. That's the noise it would make because that's like
Yeah.
a big part of Wario's character. So
Mhm.
like that would actually be pretty good. Put a couple of whoopee cushions inside of the Crocs. I wouldn't buy them, but it'd be fun.
It would be, it'd be interesting. A lot of yellow and purple.
Did you Google Wario? Or did you know that?
I know what Wario looks like.
Okay.
Come on.
Hey, look, come on now.
Come
I
on.
don't think that's.
Anyways, Connected Pro, just $7 a month. Go sign up. You can also leave us feedback. There's a link in the show notes to the feedback form. Let us know what you think we should replace the bonus pick with. So if you skipped over the chapter where I read the rules, then you missed a suggested change because I put it in one chapter. So go back and listen.
There's a lot of constitutional drama inside of the rules chapter this time, so it's
There
on
is.
you, really.
More than you would think. Anyways, that's it. See you guys in person next week. Say goodbye.
Arrivederci.
Cheerio.
Bye, y'all.